It's time to talk. Now, oh man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of that. It's kind of weird though that I posted that today of all days, right? But regardless of all that, how's everybody doing today on April Fool's Day? I see Marcus Landry is here. What's up, buddy? Oh man, oh man. What have we got going here? I'm looking at my background to make sure there's nothing in there that could be not what's needed. I think I'm okay. All right. Rob Connett, what's up? Enlighten. You want a dirt race this Sunday? I could possibly put on a race. I may have some family in town, though. I'm not sure yet. Chainsaw, what's up? 30, a herd of 30 elk. Dang, what's up, Mir? Clayton, boo, didn't do the lighting. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I would need like two of me to do that. Paul, what's up, buddy? Scott, Basher's Discovery. What's a beer can? There is no beer can in here. What's up, Maddie? Market, that looks like the Max 5 G2 HT on the table. You are very observant. That came in today. Chili Bowl stuff and got the notification. Oh, Chili Bowl. What's up, Sean? Scott. Bedtime. Yeah, I know. I got this in today. This is the bad boy right here. This is the real deal. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. So, oh, you're talking about this. No, this is a little motor. This is just a little one. Nothing major here. How was Illuminati of scale? Well, it's actually pretty cool. That's kind of the whole deal with the whole tape thing and all that. So I'm working on intros and all, which will go with the 4 or 5 videos that I've got scheduled for that. So should be pretty cool. We get all that stuff set up. Those videos should start dropping tomorrow. So we got those going, and it was a really cool time. I do got to say, a very different style event. The way it was handled, the way it was run was, how do I say? I'm going to say on schedule. Which, if you've ever been to a Rob event, you know on schedule is a very big thing. So, but yeah, the events were there. The trail was truly epic. Insane work on the trail, the scale stuff. I mean, this was all about scale. So it wasn't about X Maxes or Raminators or anything Traxxas, really. It was all about scale. And I drove the Boom Racing BRX 01 or BRX 02, whichever it was. I drove that, and the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, why is it not turning? It's not turning because I'm so used to, executioners and turning like this. I'm like, this thing's not turning. When I was driving back, I was actually considering, I'm like, can I come up with a 4-link front end for this thing? Something to give me the room, because the leaf spring gets in the way of the turn, just like on the real deal. He broke the skid on the Coyote Sunday on the rocks, 2 minutes, and popped the front link screw on the skid. No way. I think that might be a standard skid, though, on that. Dustin, what's up? Jeff. Yes, reverse threads on the... Jeff, there have been some issues with the threads. Yes. Send me an email, send me a picture of it, and hopefully I have a set or at least one to send you to replace that. There have been issues with that. It's always on the titanium links. I've got with them about that. Tried to tell them, hey, got an issue here. So hopefully I can get that taken care of on the next order, which hopefully will ship tomorrow, because I'm currently out of front links. Hopefully it's not a front titanium upper link or bent link. TRX4M. Yeah, buddy. TRX4M all day long right there. I saw the mini building in the background. Yeah. Yeah, they're all over the place out there, man. They did a lot of work to make that happen, let me tell you. And drink a bottle of scotch at midnight in Scotland. All right. What are your expectations for the mass release units of the Castle Cobra line? You know, Sean was here and we were talking about the whole Cobra line and all that. And I asked him, I'm like, are they 12S? And he goes, nope. I'm like, until they do 12S, I'm just going to leave Castle alone. When Castle comes out with a 12S system that can hopefully run with Hobby Wing, then I'll give Castle a try. But until then, I'm got to just hang on with what I'm doing. Dylan tried getting a hold of you on my cell phone. I haven't changed my number. SCX6, Vidavon, cut Dylan drive shafts coming soon. No, not that I know of. Unknown. Printed skids. It's got 20 screw holes in it. That's not one of my skids, buddy. I didn't have printers when I did that. So it's not one of mine. Not saying it might not be a printed skid, but it's not one of mine. Justin Noble, what's up? Castle Cremation. They are known for that on their first releases for sure. Hopefully not this time. I hope not. Load on, thread it on, good to go. I'm not the only one. Did. Yeah, it's for some reason the stainless, the top links or the front lower links are usually pretty good. It's just some of the titanium links for some reason, and it's weird. It's like it jumped or something in the rolling process because they roll the threads on these things. They, like you find on other videos on YouTube, they put it in, they just roll the threads. They're not cut on a die. What's up, Rich B? New Cobra 5 12S capable. According to what Sean told me today, it is not. So, and when he said it was not 12S capable, I'm like, I don't need one. Not a Cobra. Wishing I got something else. Oh, Clayton. It's great 8 SESC for speed runs, but that's about it. Nacho Pimp, I'm telling you, Castle has the punch for drag racing and speed running. That they've got, but they're falling short in the C's, in the or in the S's. You know, they're falling short there. They got to get that up to par, and hopefully no flames. I know with the XLX2s, when they first came out, I had 2 or 3 of like the very first ones. Luckily for me, I was using the actual Castle motor and I didn't have any flame outs. None of mine actually caught fire or any of that stuff. So I guess I got lucky on that because I know the guys that got them, there was a difference in the winding and the firmware was what needed an update to work with the different windings. Some of them actually had physical issues, like the caps weren't soldered correctly or things were loose on the board. And that's a whole different kind of quality control there. That's a whole different ball game. But for most of it was just a firmware fix. Does this 5690 have the 6.5 or 8 millimeters? This particular one has the 8s. I'm gonna come by tomorrow and get a black Executioner kit with OD3 skid. All right, Paul. Yep, I've got that here. I am out of front links though. I've got lower links, but I do not have the little short upper links. They're on the order. They're supposed to. I ordered 400 sets of them things the last time I ordered them, and they only had 50. They said we generally don't make this many titanium links. I'm like, well, I need them. So hopefully I can get about 100 of them, along with different upper links for the rear as well. I know exactly what dates for Haul and Crawl. I haven't got the dates for Haul and Crawl yet, but I want to say it's usually the 2nd or 3rd. I think it's the 2nd Sunday or 2nd weekend of October. You can run 12 on the Max 4 or 5 censored with an 800 kV censored. Yes, Rich B, you sure can. I've done that before. And depending on what you're doing, honestly, I like the 800 kV on 12S better than the 560. for the sole reason, if you're going to just hit it, go, blast it, come back, sit back, talk with your buddies for a little bit, the 800 is going to do perfectly fine. Now, if you're going to get out there and blast in the sand and gear it to the moon and go nuts with it, that's when you need the duty cycle the duty cycle of like a 560. It's just bigger. It's no replacement for displacement. It's a larger motor. It's going to handle the amps and the power a lot easier than what the 800 would. The 800 would be like a really hot small block, built to the hilt, 600-700 horsepower small block versus a 600 or 700 horsepower big block. The big block is just simply going to make the power so much easier than the small block. I mean, it just will. So that's kind of why the 560 is so good. And I've got, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of the 560 kV kits. No, yes, 6, because I got one in my Raminator as well. Clayton, yeah, a little bit. Did I see Matt from Scale Builders Guild at the event? Yep, sure did. Spoke with him and everything. Castle was always a want for me, but too many problems. Castle is usually pretty solid. They just have a few things. You sell 1,000 of these motors. You get 3 guys that have problems with them. They whine and cry all over the internet. Oh, everybody's having problems because it's the same 3 guys whining and crying all over the place. And then you get other people sharing their whining and crying all over the place. So it makes it look like a much bigger deal than what it is. So, but you got 997 of these out there running perfectly fine. You got 3 of them that are messed up. At least probably 2 of them are user error, but you know how modern society is. Let's blame somebody else for our stupidity. But anyway, overall, the Castle stuff is actually pretty good. There's just a few very public incidents of flames and smoke. AJ, you think SCX tires would be a fit on the fire team? I think they would be too big and too heavy. You would have instantaneous differential problems, ring and pinions, all kinds of issues on a fire team. Well, I would not recommend it. But you can do it. And you can go out there and get yourself some work, some stuff to fix. I saw some of the cross stuff, yeah. Brian, oh yeah, Brian, yeah. I don't know if there are different hexes. Well, they're both 17 millimeter hexes, but you're right. The SCX6 has that small hole for the actual wheel nut, not the big 17 millimeter wheel hex. We're not logged into my Google on this computer. I got you, Brian. South Florida. Surprised Marcus isn't bugging for that rig yet. Yeah, I think we just about come up with a deal on the Baja Ray. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, buddy. Imperium's 3 guys. Well, exactly, Justin. You got it. You got it, buddy. RC for us. What's up? Smoked the Max 4 in my Losi 5th, placed with a Max 5 G2 and never had an issue. See, I've got at least 4 Max 4s. No, sorry. I got 1 in the Creighton 12S, 1 in the X-Max 12S, 1 in the Losi TLR 5B. I got 1 in the DBXL and 1 in my Raminator. So I've got 5 kits that I know of the Max 4. It's possible I may have another one in something else, but I'm not sure. But all 4 of those have been fine. My Max 5 G2s have been fine. So it's kind of weird, you know. It's like this a friend of mine. He has a certain brand of battery. And I said, hey, you're going to need this battery to fit this particular location. So he picked them up. Boom. Every one of them just died. I'm like, and he says he cannot make those batteries survive. And I'm like, I've never had one fail. So it's like, it's almost like some people have this demon around them that will not let them run a hobby wing because it just destroys it. Will not let them run a Castle, does that one or whatever. You know, I don't get it. But it's kind of weird. Like some people this will blow up just powering it up. Just powering up, boom, smoke immediately. As where 99 million other people, no issues. And then that one person will get another one and it'll blow up too. I don't know what it is. It's like a weird aura or something. I don't know. I'm getting my executioner done. Thanks for the awesome lighting did on the paint job. Good deal. Bigger nitro. So word on your buggy is clean. I just had to invest in a 3D printer, so I'm not in a hurry. Cool deal. Yeah, I ordered the AMS for one of my P1Ss. So I'm gonna start doing some different color things, as in, you know, multi-layer different colors, which will be neat. I've been seeing other people doing cool things. I'm like, man, I really need to do that. The AMS unit, the 2.0 or V2 or whatever it is that I got, fits 4 of them, and it has a dryer, everything. That was almost $400 when it was all said and done, shipped. As time goes on, I'm thinking about getting 3 more. And this way I can load up all my machines with like the PLA carbon fiber or whatever it is I happen to be running that machine on for a while. That way everything is sealed, everything is dried, everything is perfect, and I can run through all 4 of them before having to open it back up, which I think will actually last me a long time. Same thing as all the 6 guys, period, and a couple of guys, problem with a Fusion 8. And you know, Justin, I've not had an issue with my Fusion 8. I've got 2 of them. Now, the issues I had with overheating was come on, it was kind of obvious, right? Like a 50-pound 8x8. Come on, I'm begging for problems on that. And I did get some overheating issues, but you got to look at what I was doing with it. A little bit much for that motor, to be honest with you. What battery connectors on that? It's got like a 8mm bullet system. I think I'm going to put some QS8s on this one. I think this is going to get some QS8s because this one's going to be pushing some power. Probably going to put this system in my XRT, which the XRT has, I think, a max 6 with the 1250, which will give me that system. I got to get another max 6 1250 so I can properly power the 8x8. So that way I can actually get out there and really rip some donuts and blow some ring gears apart, you know? We're going to run Reef's 800 LP on the Furatech Python XES. It works so good. 2 friends switched to the same setup that I run. Both of them have burned up the servo on the first run. Sisters, Slaters, dude, that happens all the time. It's like, I don't get it. Like with those batteries, they were 650 milliamp batteries for the Exocutioner. And I'm like, dude, I've never had one go bad. I've even run them on ESCs that didn't have a LiPo cutoff. They were at 0 volts. I put them on nickel metal at like 0.2 or 0.3 amps for just a few minutes, and they picked up. They're not swollen. They're not messed up or anything. I'm like, perfect. But not for this one guy. Not even a little bit. First run, poof. No flames or nothing like that, but just a completely useless battery. Forever Young RC. No, I had no idea I would ever be using or doing or basically living off of my property like this. Never did I expect it in a million years. I thought I was going to be just like everybody else. Get that job, get vested, save for your retirement, save for this, save for that, and then finally you get to retire just like everybody else that I saw retire, most of them, and basically physically broken, and then you just live month to month, week to week until you kick the bucket. That's what I thought was in my destiny. Never did I think I would be waking up and driving, videoing, reviewing, building RC cars for a living. Never thought this would happen, ever. But it somehow did. I got the Creality K1C. Like the bamboo, does not have room behind my printer for it. It's dump box. I printed some dump boxes for mine, and they go around to the side, but they still take up about this much room, but not really much more, maybe a 1/4 inch more than what the spool is on the back. Now the AMS is going to sit on top, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. 10 trail miles. Those are my Fusion 8 and barely even gets warm. Right? I mean, I got the Fusion 8 in the Helium. That thing has got so much torque, it's not even funny. Wonderful in there. DJ Holman, the Max 8 is a really good SE. It got me hooked on Hobby Wing. You know, Pat, for the longest time, I know Hobby Wing started coming out with their things and all that. For the longest time, I was a Castle or nothing, especially when it came to ESCs. If it wasn't a Monster X, I didn't want it. Before that, it was obviously the Monster 2 or the Mamba Max Pro. I mean, Castle was everything. I mean, look, I would race. In my racers, I had the Monster X in most all my vehicles. From the short course to the E-Buggy to the E-Truggy, I was racing with a Monster X. However, at that time, Castle didn't even have a censored motor. So I was running the Tekin motors. So Tekin motors, Castle ESCs, that's what I raced in almost everything. As far as servos go, my preferred servo was Hi-Tech. But it had that weird 24 spline at that point in time. So horns were kind of a challenge, even though you could get them. But then it's like Servos kind of really had to market, you know, with the speed and all that. Sure, a Servos is loud as heck, but if you're on a racetrack, ain't anybody hearing that servo. So, but with modern tech and all that, man, Reefs has got racing. The 299 LP is a phenomenal servo, really fast, like 0.05. The Alacritus is a 0.04 speed. So that's an incredible servo there. So we got all kinds of racing servos out there, plus the crawling line. I mean, pretty much Reese has got you covered. They're not the cheapest in the world, but pretty darn good. At least from what my experiences. Good evening, show. What's up, Max Paul? TR builds coming along. I'm hoping to have them mostly done tonight. Hoping. I've got my Illuminati videos to finish up. I got almost all my intros done on that. I'm putting in a bunch of lame music and all that because of the talking and, you know, everything that goes on with that. But one of them things. What's for dinner? Good question. I had 3 chicken tenders from Publix. Did not get the Walmart. Did not get the Winn-Dixie. I should be okay tonight. That Winn-Dixie one killed me. Oh, man. It was horrible. Great going down, but not coming out. Pat House, yeah, Hi-Tech was like, that was it. And Hi-Tech had the 7950 servo, which was crazy expensive for that time in history. But man, that was a beast of a servo. And the 7980, I believe, too. I'm gonna have me click, even while on the toilet. Sean, I edit on my phone. You guys would not believe how many edits are from all over the place. I took a 20-year-old JR Racing servo out of the package the other day, as good as a Traxxas. Nitro, you know, way back in the 1900s, way back then, when I was, you know, I want to say late 80s, early 90s, for me and my racing and RC world, man, the Futaba S148, I think it was 148S or S148, man, I was like, that's the servo to get, man. It's just so good. Nowadays, well, that's just part of history. Servos in my old SMT. I have a Hi-Tech in my Techno CR410. I've got a Hi-Tech in, there's another one of my crawlers that I have a Hi-Tech in as well. It's actually a really good servo too. Solid servo. Actually, it's in the race camp. I've got a high tech in that one. Actually, it's a really good servo too. From the toilet since you started. Torpedoes, blasting torpedoes while watching. He's laying down the torpedo. The line of updated servos, I'd buy them for scalers. Pat, have you checked their recent listing? They've got a nice servo. Full metal housing, everything. 25 splines, all that. Really good servo. Well, Jay-Z's, I don't think Servos has went downhill. I think they've sustained where they're at. It's just all the newer tech has just passed them. I don't think Servos has went downhill. I just think they just haven't progressed like what they need to. I think I have an axe in something. I'm not sure what. You never know what you're going to get out of the budget or the Gucci one. Right. Which was a great serve in the day. Not sure today's. Let me get this. Well, let me get Race Camp over here so I give you guys the number on this servo. So far, I mean, it's survived Race Camp well. Like I said, I've got one in a crawler somewhere. I think I see it. Be right back. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, right here. I've got it. I've got one of them in here because I've got two of these servos. And it's a really good servo, too. This is... Oh, I'm glad that's not plugged up. This is where one of my 1500 milliamp batteries have been. Don't do that, people. But regardless, it is the high-tech DB961WP. Hopefully, I can get this in the screen here. You guys will see it right there. So that's been a really solid servo. I've got this one in here and one in the Race Camp that I've beat on. The speed is decent. I wouldn't say it's the fastest servo, but so far it's been a really good servo. Both of them have. I don't have a perfect pass servo, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to get one. The Spark Trial, I have not heard anything from them in a long time. Yeah, the Spark axles are nice, but they're really kind of niche, very niche. But that's exactly what it is. So if you look at some of my videos back with this truck right here, you'll see that servo in there. Any Race Camp video you see has got the high tech in it as well. We'll do well with 80 millimeter shocks. Better around 90 millimeter, obviously ground clearance and such. What I've done with mine on the V2, I put 105 millimeter shocks in the front with the offset caps, of course, but the rear still has the 90s. Now, you could put an 80 in the back and kind of stand it up a little bit if you want to, or you could thicken the oil to give it a slower dropout. But there's one instance, like when I did V1 versus V2 out there, that down, back, and up and out, man, I thought I had it with V1, couldn't get it. Off camera, I probably tried 10 times just to see if it was doable on that. And then I turned around and put V2 back on it with a little bit more droop on that front end, and man, it walked it again. So, kind of makes you wonder, you know, about setup and all that. The Mercury chassis. Sean, buddy, we are just as picky as high-end racers when it comes to these things, man. We really are, buddy. It's kind of a crazy thing, but yes, we are. Nitro Bob, Nitro Pimp. Oh man, everybody. So I'm assuming everybody's been doing all right. So my next big event is in Art Park. It's just north of Tifton. I want to say kind of northeast of Tifton, Georgia. So that's where I'll be at the next event there. And then, well, I've got an event before that, but it's a plane ticket to Minnesota. So it's a little bit different. Ooh, no. I got to find out if I can show you guys one of these things I've got. I got it today, and it is absolutely fantastic. Let me see if it's listed here. If it's listed on their website, then I will show it to you guys. If it's not listed on the website, then I'm not going to show it to you. Let me see. It's really cool too. Oh, not that one. Not that website. I think it's USA. Let me go back to Google here. Yeah, if it's what I'm thinking, if it's on the website and available, there you go, North America website. It is super cool, man. Let me see here. I'm looking for it. Ooh, the hoodie. I got the hoodie today. The pins. Let me see here. I'm trying to find. There is something very specific that I'm looking for. And if I can find it where it's available, then I will show you guys. If I do not find that it's available, then I'm not going to show you because it may not be available yet to the public. Let's see. No. I'm not seeing it. Man, I was really hoping it was because this thing is phenomenal. I really want to show it to you guys, but I do not see it available. There. Nothing there. It would be like a carry-on. Carry-on. Nothing. It's not on here. So if it's not on here, I'm sorry, but I am not going to show this in case this is something that is new to the market but has not yet been released. Sometimes that happens. Let's see, we'll load more products. All right, never mind. Man, that was really cool too. It'll be all right though, I guess. All right. Sonic Moto, what's up? Classic stuff you have. Talk about the old classic stuff that I have. Got a Clodbuster. Got a Midnight Pumpkin. The Chrome Edition. That's about it, really, as far as classic stuff. Man, I wish I had a Traxxas Hawk. My favorite was a Traxxas Blue Eagle. I'm still kind of looking for a Blue Eagle. But mine, the one that I had many years ago, had a molded carbon chassis, as where it was kind of like really smooth, like a polished carbon chassis. It had little ridges, just like the aluminum ones, but it was carbon. And my future stepbrother ended up getting the same Blue Eagle, but his chassis was different. I would love to find that same truck, man. I have a K-Power, done great. I've got KTI servos. They're okay. Nitro Z fine with $12. Nitro Z, the Red Cat M18 is a fun little truck. Man, have you put 3S on it yet, Chainsaw? It wakes it up good. Oh, the Jegs buggies? I think those are gone. I sold them off dirt cheap. Both the Hot Shot and the buggy. I mean, heck, I bought them for $50. I basically got my money back out of them, but I had parts with it. So they got a bag of parts with it. And the crazy thing is, when I did those videos, right, I went to Jegs, I ordered the buggy, 50 bucks. I ordered the hot shot, 50 bucks, right? Ordered them, got them in, did the videos, and boom, they were sold out. Okay. I obviously no affiliate or anything like that with them. But about 2 weeks later, I get an email from the CEO of Jegs thanking me for helping them liquidate their entire supply. And he gave me a $200 gift card. I used that $200 gift card and I bought a bunch of parts. A bunch of parts like chassis, transmissions, suspension arms, knuckles, hubs, all that stuff. I bought a bunch of parts for that thing. And when I sold off the buggy, I think it was like 60 bucks I sold it for. They got all the parts with it. So yeah, they're going to need them. The stuff I built 5 or 6 years ago that still works, I've got Superlight SV1, Superlight SV2, maybe the LMT, the one I converted to a Mega Rift. I got that one. I'm looking at my stuff and I'm like, everything I've got is pretty much newer than that though. So I don't really, I guess my UDR could be an old one. I got that when it was first released, but it's all full carboned out crazy. I've been watching your video slightly. You have to be slightly thrown off to have that many nitro vehicles. Cut 41 millimeters off and run a short pack. Cut 41 millimeters. Okay. More electrics than Joe too. Yeah, I got to do a full count of mine too. I'm not sure where I'm at. I haven't done a count lately. Here's a 270 buck Japanese buggy G. The Genoa, you're right. That was looked up. I did look at that up because that's what some of the comments were talking about. And honestly, the weird thing about that was this. As long as it had the brush motor, it drove fine. As soon as you put power to it, I couldn't get it to handle right. Just simply putting brushless power to it. And we noticed that when we put brushless power to that one, it lost its handling. Maybe the front end wasn't on the ground enough, right? But when we put brushless power to a Traxxas Bandit, which is very similar in size, proportions, and all that stuff, the Bandit took it well, as in it had performance. So it's kind of weird at how that worked out. Buddy, I would love to go to Arizona. As a matter of fact, April the 8th, which is coming up here in just a few days, I'm finally going to get my passport, or at least do the process to get one set up and sent to me. So I'm finally going to get that. So maybe I can start doing some real traveling. There's about 4 or 5 companies in China that's ready to sit down with me. So it would be pretty darn cool, wouldn't it? I've got ideas. I've got things I want to do. I would love to have a transmitter that would have, okay, we're going back a little bit here, talking about classic stuff. If you were into crawlers 7 years ago, 8 years ago, or whatever, the hottest thing out there was a FlySky GT3C with the hack on it. It gave you 8 channels. You had every mix you could imagine. You had button mapping, throttle mapping, expos, speeds. You had every mix out there. 4-wheel steer was incredible. You had all of these features on a hacked FlySky GT3C. I would love to sit down with like Radio Link and come up with a radio for about 90 bucks. $90 is all you need, right? That would give you all of those features, which is actually, it's really more suited to the crawlers. Like the RC8X has a ton of features. I think it's the most versatile radio out there, honestly. I got the IXSR. I haven't done anything with the Futabas in a while. The IXSR is really nice, but man, it weighs like 14 pounds. I use that for my racing. because I'm up on up on a stand. I'm sitting there. I'm racing. Super smooth radio. $700 for it? A little bit much. I wanted to get one to come in underneath $100 and have all the features of a hacked FlySky GT3C and the ergonomics, which ergonomics is a big deal. For me, it's like this transmitter right here. You know, you can actually drive this one-handed. Not too bad. And that's a Spectrum thing, which is actually pretty nice in my opinion, right? So we've got that right there. And anyway, we got that right there. But I want like the feel a little bit more solid, like a GT5. The weight of a GT5. The reason why I keep going back to GT5 is it's such a comfortable radio to drive one-handed. Drop your arm. Everything drives fine. Thumb drive is amazing on that. I want those ergonomics, but in a radio with better features than the 8X. I think I can get it. But there, by email back and forth and all that, there truly is a lost in translation thing there. So it's one of them things I really need to go there, sit down, explain what I want at the price point that I want. I would absolutely love to get that done. Can it be done? Yeah. I mean, heck, you took a 3-channel GT3C, a $50 radio, and turned it into 8 channels with just a program. Can it be done? Absolutely. Technology, price points, what the market will bear, as in what we will go and pay, you know, that's usually 7, 8, 10 times, maybe more over the cost of it, you know? So that's just kind of one of the things that I really want to try to do. All right, now we're getting back onto this, but there's also other places I want to go visit in China. One, I got to go see Vidavon. I've been invited so many times to go there. I've got to go see Vidavon. I want to see his shop, all that, sit back. Like I say, Radiolink, Vidavon, this is just a couple of them. Battery places, servo places, possibly motor places, all that stuff. Looks like dumb ideas in video games is not playing nice. Let me see here. Here, portal long base. Left knuckle rubbed on the front link. Front drive shaft knuckle rubs on the front lower link. Yeah, what you can do is you can extend the front, the top links just a little bit, and that will get that pinion up just enough to clear. Mine are close on every one of mine. That drive shaft is possibly, heck, I don't know, a millimeter away. So yeah, it is close on those lower links. Just kind of tilt that front axle up just a little bit. Maybe back it out one turn on each side, and I think you'll get the clearance that you're after. I don't know, a Tamiya King or Grand Hauler. I have a King Hauler. I have one. I did a trade for it and got it, and yay, it's neat, but it's not really my thing. SPI Mini Recon, a little older, not much. Let me see here. Exo Servos, Exo, yeah, C-Line. I don't want to mess with ESCs. I do got a story about motors, though, that I will tell you guys. Let me see here. Have you done the iAccessor update too? I've got the email. Honestly, I'm not sure if I actually did the full update on that, but I got the email for it. I need to check. Thank you, Randy. Any word on Muse Axle shipping out? There was no pre-order anymore. Order some March. Overland. I created a monster showing their axles like that, and to my knowledge, they still are just trying to get things out. I also may have created an issue with some new axles that I'm working on with them. I've mentioned that a few times in the live streams. maybe it'll be an update to those. Stronger internal components, a little bit different dimensions, stuff like that. That little snicker on the transmitter makes me think of something. A little, okay. Oh, the sticker? Hey, what do you recommend? I have a Vortex 223S, very nice truck, Centon 3S, Synchro 4S. Should I sell it and buy another 223S vehicle? A good 3S in the Synchro 4. Dumb ideas, buddy. It sounds like you got some nice solid vehicles there, man. The 223S, I've got the Vortex, which is an absolute beast of a truck. Good buy on that. The buggy, I've got that one. Good solid buy there too. I've got the Granite 223S. That's a good one too. Man, Arma knocked it out of the park. They're really doing good stuff. Man, if you just don't like the Synchro, sell it off and pick you up a couple extra batteries or something. But you got a good solid lineup. I mean, Centon 3S is a good solid truck. I had one of those. Ended up selling it to a buddy of mine that was running perfectly fine, and then he started having issues with it. I'm like, dude, you saw me run it. You saw me race it. But anyway. XO Servo lineup. That has been in the works for a while. Just not come to fruition yet. Travel is all tax deductible because it's... You are correct, Marcus. Every time I drive my car to the post office, like to this past event, I've got a mileage tracker. And that's why I haven't got a truck and a big trailer, because when you start traveling like this, that 30 miles per gallon is making me money. I mean, honestly, it is. If I get a truck and a big trailer to pull all this stuff, could I possibly sell stuff to make more? Yes, absolutely. But now I'm getting 10 miles per gallon. And honestly, most of the time when I go to these events, it's just me. I try to get paired up by Sean. So Chris, we all can just kind of look over each other's stuff. I can take a run out real quick. Chris will come over. You know, we just kind of work together, you know, kind of a buddy-buddy system right there. But typically it's just me, and I can only do so much anyway. Bill Patrick, I'm pretty sure the dirt bike is an April Fool's joke, buddy. However, you guys got to understand some things like that. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? Okay, maybe I'm still back on. Okay. Hopefully. But anyway. Okay. The dirt bike thing. They post that out there, right? If they get an insane amount of email or an insane amount of, you know, response to it, then that triggers them to look at making something. Look at the pink Red Cat 18 Ascent. That was the April Fool's joke. Look, now we got it. So they actually pay attention. They put this stupid stuff out there, and it's like, you know, we got a good response on that. Maybe we need to look at that. So I do not have any affiliation as far as like affiliate or anything like that stuff with them, with Mias. Let me see. I got the pistons. Where are we at here? I got the piston for my shocks, just waiting for the heavier oil. Man, Double A, did you get the 450 or are you going with a little bit thicker on that? The 450 seemed to work pretty good on mine, man. I just joined up. I see you got the new Max 5 G2 Plus there. Tested it out yet? I have not tested it out yet. It's going to go into an XRT. So that is where it's going to go, along with this motor right here. That's going to go into there. I've got to see if I can... I think I've got a 35 tooth spur gear somewhere in the mod 1.5 and a 20 tooth pin gear, because I got to gear it way down. With these motors like this in the XRT, in like the the Red Cat Vigilante, which actually handles them really well, by the way. But the you gear them and they are so uncontrollably fast. The 1250s are insane in those trucks. We almost couldn't get them geared down low enough for us here at my track. In a big open field, it's a different story. This right here is a different ball game. So you'll see how that's going to work out here in a little bit. I got to get that put in tonight, by the way. Let me see. Have you seen the new FlySky G11P 2.5? I saw one this past weekend, and it's very, very nice radio. Probably announces this year's Exo Nationals. Probably announced this year's sponsors. I do got to get scheduled in the meet and greet because I got to do that. I want to do it before Thanksgiving this time in November. A meet and greet that will be at Cherokee Rock Village, and hopefully I can start bringing in other influencers, as you call people that do what I do. You know, other guys there, because I don't want it to ever be about me, but I want everybody there that I can get there, you know? All the people you watch on YouTube, the people you see Facebook, Instagram, if TikTok is still here, don't know. Probably will be. But all that. Now, my computer screen is blacking out every now and then. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm getting 20 miles per gallon of Volvo. Okay, that's pretty good. I got 31, almost 32. I didn't pull a trailer up to the Illuminati place. I didn't pull my trailer. I have the Upside app. I use that one as well. Still got you. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. I'm down here. All right. Pink Red Cat is sensor as the April Fool's. Yeah, exactly, David. Now I'm backtracking on all that. Brett, 630 too big for the fire team. What I believe I said earlier. Yes. Yeah, Justin. Did he miss that earlier? Yeah, Brett, you must have missed my comment on that. Yes, too much, too big. Can you make them work? Yeah, but you're just going to end up doing a lot of work to your truck just to break them again. Rear sway bars on Vitibounder SCX6. Dude, I've got them. I've got 4 sway bars in stock. I haven't listed them on the website, but I want to put one on mine and take it for a drive. D35 buggy shocks were too stiff in my opinion. Okay. I'd like to see that system in a Vigilante. You know what's crazy about the Vigilante? You take the stock ESC out, which is bolted in. You can bolt in a Max 6 G2. And there's a bolt pattern for the Max 5 G2. Everything, you can bolt it right in. The other smaller channels have the most relevant type of contact. See, Pat, I would love to somehow get, you know, the guys, West Desert, get all them guys out here. I think Logan would love it here. Right up his alley, especially at Cherokee Rock. I'd like to get everybody out here, make it like a big get together, you know, kind of a thing, which I think will be phenomenal. The Exoplex is cool, but man, it's really small in person. I don't have a bouncer. I got a son of a digger number 9. On Joe's Raminator, suspension work after the upgrades. Check your texts in the AM. Now, if you're sending me messages and all that stuff, I'm not getting them because I'm using that phone to do this wonderful talk because of these things. Woo! Oh man, I got a video where I'm doing it, where I'm making the video, right? And this is going to look really stupid, but I moved the truck out of the way. And I kid you not, these are like right here. And I'm like, no way. I got fluffies on. But it was in the video I was talking, so I couldn't really cut it out. It's in there. Now let's see. Because of the lag and everything, I'm going to see what I got going on here. 40 of the new 40. Isoplex small, yeah, you can walk across it in 2 or 3 days. maybe heel the toe and catch every square inch of it. Man, there's a lot of lag going on right now, man. A lot of lag. I'm not sure what is. Let's see if I put these in the right place. Watching myself here. Now I'm going to stand up. I'm still in the screen. My balding head is there. Let's see if this works out. Yeah, kind of. Yep, kind of high. All right. Thanks, AA. Oh. All right. So, closed up. Man, I was doing the edit on that, and I'm like, no way. It'll get some comments. We'll be good. James's birthday. Oh, James Wisecarver. I see now. Turned 40 today. Well, buddy, happy birthday. I remember when I turned 40. Not really. But I do remember something around that era. Yep. Here, let me give man, my laptop's got great service, but seems to be slacking a lot. So where are we at here on time frame? It is 8 o'clock. That is the 4th. Shoot, mine's coming up soon too on the 9th. But I still got 3 more months. All right. So anyways, hopefully everybody is doing all right. Get the stuff positioned. Either if you guys are commenting, I'm not getting anything up here. Now they're starting to move. Dumb ideas is 20. Dude, you're less than half my age. 40 means the backache fairy is coming. Oh, yeah. Man, Justin, dude, I am shipping a lot of my stuff UPS now. There is something going on with the warehouses at USPS that is just been an absolute mess. I'm not sure what's going on with it. 2 a.m. Brush the system for Gorgon. Oh, what system you putting in your Gorgon? That 3800 I've got in mine is amazing in there. My PS. Grand Theft Auto. Man, I haven't played a computer game in years. I think the last computer game I played was 2 of them actually. One of them was a wrestling game, which I was able to play on the computer at work, and I'd catch the wife at home on the computer playing the same game, so we would have wrestling matches, like that. And then it was Candy Crush. Yep, I was in Candy Crush. I was at the point to where I was waiting for the new levels to come around every Wednesday. So at that time, it was around level 4,000 or something like that. And now I think there are 30 plus thousand. It's ridiculous. I'm glad I quit that game. These as well. I'm also waiting on stuff from USPS. Not sure what the deal is. I paid the extra damn money for priority shipping, and they were supposed to be here. Man, I tell you, buddy, priority doesn't mean a darn thing to them. Not a darn thing. And when I dropped off, I've been dropping off some of the low cost items at USPS, and I had a chat with them again today. I'm like, I know it's not your fault here where I'm at in Middleburg. They're doing their part just fine. Their stuff is moving. But like if it's from me, the Jacksonville hub, they got some kind of an upgrade going on or update or something, and they're really screwing things up. So that's why I've been going to UPS. If the shipping is within $1, maybe even $2, because UPS is a little bit more, then I just upgrade you guys to UPS and ship it that way now. Like if you order something and it's like a $4 shipping, well, UPS is like a minimum of like $7.50 to $8. You're going to get USPS, and it might be a few minutes. Yep, the big Jacksonville hub. Yep. All right, dumb ideas. Go get some sleep. I know, Justin. It'll get there. It's just, I don't understand how they're letting it back up like this. It's not like it's, after Thanksgiving peak season, Wonder if, why I haven't received my Muse Saxos yet. But they're out there. It's just, I don't know why they're not moving like they used to. Cart to a certain cat house. So I guess on my Gorgons yesterday, lots of white smoke. Yeah, that was just like a little 1060 ESC. It's about a $15 ESC. $21, $22 on Amazon. Goes to USP in Atlanta. Good luck. It's here before the weekend. Got another comp, and this one's a serious comp. I hope it's here too, Justin. They're stuck in STL. Is that ATL? Atlanta? I ordered some stuff from A-Main. In one day, I got like 8 emails. Your package is arriving later than usual. Your package is arriving earlier than usual. Your package is arriving later. I mean, like 8 emails all within an hour telling me it's early, it's late, it's early, it's late. So they don't know what the heck they're doing, to be honest with you. Spectrum 130 amp. Okay. Double A day. Okay. 30. Dude, I think you got the same system I got in mine. It's a beast of a system, buddy. Oh, St. Louis. So at least it's made it that far. Yeah, ours would be JAX. So it's past my problem point. Now it's on a problem point somewhere else. It seems to run hot. Getting ready to buy the Valkyrie MT and suggestions before I do. Looking for something for us to run out in the front grass field. Man, the Valkyries are good trucks. They are. The Valkyries are good. The Vortex is good. The Valkyrie has a little bit larger tires, though. Would you pick the Mini Max or the new updated Grom? I would choose the new updated Grom. Not saying that the Grom is bomb proof, but the Mini Max just doesn't seem to be holding up very well either. Now, the upgraded Groms, I have not had an issue breaking them, but other people have busted the gears out of them, the axle gears and stuff like that. Mine, I have never taken mine apart. So, not yet, that is. Megalithic tires, my Gen 9 looks like 2 different ones. Is there between them? 2 different megalithics. All they have is one megalithic. That's a 475 for 1.9. They do have a class 1, which is a 4.19. You want the 4.75 version. Pat, the Team Corelli Punisher 4 so far for me has been excellent. Not a single bit of issue with that truck at all. Everything is held up absolutely great in it. It's like a full 1/8 driveline and a 1/10-ish truck. So far, absolutely good. Australia, it takes 20 days for you to be delivered to me. For 6 servos. See, RC Granny, when I ship out of country, I try to contact them. I'm like, USPS takes forever. I get that. but it's generally cheaper on your end. If I ship UPS and they charge duties and all kinds of crap on you. So it's kind of one of those things. I try to contact the person by Facebook, Messenger, or whatever to try to, make sure that they understand where this thing is going, how it's going to be shipped, and issues I've seen so far with it. My tab just crashed, so I got some kind of, oh, that's right. My, all right, so let me see here. Skill. Chrome is bomb proof. I disagree, Clayton. The Gorgon is nuclear, thermonuclear bomb proof. There is zero way you can break it unless you happen to be a Canadian. Skill of the Gorgon, broken anything on my grounds. Not easy on how you recommend them. Ground tougher than a Gorgon, blasphemy. I agree, Pat. Gorgons I've fried. A slipper, a stock motor, and ESC. Yeah, those are about the only things you're going to get. Grounds are not so great and rough for off-road. Great rigs, but small hands. Where we generally run them on the pad out here is pretty okay, but like if you watch the last oval race that we did with the crawlers, the grounds, when I put the jumps and stuff out there, man, that's where they mess them up. They land on throttle, and Larry Enlightened RC on here, he was hitting it as hard as he could to get off the pad. He did succeed. Clebble Day, you're right. This is Clayton we're talking about. Russia's Grom Granite. David, I got a feeling there's going to be a lot more Groms on the way this year because that's a hot platform. It's an affordable platform. It's an upgradable platform, and it's versatile. I mean, heck, the Losi NASCAR is a Grom. I mean, basically. So, yeah, I got a feeling we're going to see more of them. I would love to see like a Limitless Grom, the Granite Grom that you're talking about, but it needs to be a good size one. Like the very first Granite Grom seemed to be a little bit on the lesser side. Hopefully they'll update that to the more modern chassis design, which I think is a bit larger. But I'd like to see a Limitless or Infraction Grom, a Creighton Grom, Outcast Grom. Maybe they'll get rid of the Granite and just call it the Outcast Grom. That way they could use a little bit larger platform of the modern Grom chassis. Yeah, megalithics and ruptures, those are very different. Canadian tablet. Yep, that's where my local hobby shops up again. Yes, sir, Jay-Z. Get a Grom. My Typhon Grom be like eats dog bones for breakfast. I have yet to spit one out of mine. And the Creighton Grom. I agree. Creighton Grom will be good. Randy, Marcus, what's the difference between a Creighton and Italian? Not Italian. Talion. What's the difference? Tires? Body? It's the same truck, isn't it? Well, I think the Granite, no, it is not the same. I have the Outcast 4S and the Granite 223S. Would you guys like to see those two side by side? A rally car Grom. They could use the NASCAR platform. Boom, rally car right there. Pretty good. So I'm going to go grab the Italian. Does have a slightly, is it? I'll be here next Monday. Man, those sprint cars are nice. But you want to see the Outcast 4S and the yeah, Brian, but they're really not the same. Let me go grab them for you guys. Hang on a second here. I see them right there. I'm going to go put this back since I don't need this, and I'll grab the Outcast 4S and the Granite 223S. I don't know. I got a hold of my guy at Axio, and he said he had one and he was going to ship it, but I haven't got it yet. I just 2 more dent sides looking for another file. Am I going to have a NASCAR to get rid of? That is not on my agenda, Paul. Not saying I wouldn't, but it's not on my agenda. So, let's see. Here is the Granite 3S. And here is the Outcast 4S. They really are not the same vehicle. At least not outside of the chassis. Hopefully they update the 4S here to the new clipless system. Meaning bodies. You can see there's a little bit of a difference there. On this, you see, they do have a similar layout inside, but they are not even close. There's a big difference between these two. Kind of similar inside, but it might be, I think it might be all in the arms and tires, maybe. But I know they don't drive the same. And this is the new 223S. It has the rear diff or the center diff. This is the older one. It doesn't have that. But I will tell you this much. They both drive really, really good. There is a big difference, though, on width. The axles appear to be, axles are completely different. I think if they update the 4S version, they'll probably use this style axle. The 4S has larger, much larger metal shock bodies too. Let me see here. LC Paul, what's up? Taller, slightly taller. It's a better description, Marcus. What is the best basher for a 5-year-old? The Bash at Proline. Double A Day, Armagorgon or Fury? Yes. I'd probably go with the Gorgon, as I think it's a bit more basher friendly for a kid. These both. I don't, so it's just bashing a 5-year-old. Man. Granite Voltage. If you want to go 4-wheel drive, get the Vortex and just run it on 2S for him, you know. I really doubt he's going to break that thing. It is insane. Or Granite 223S right here. What size are 3 to 4S? I mean, the 3S Outcast, so basically the same thing. Granite. Probably right, Brian. Probably right. I'm looking at it. The axle, the bulkheads do appear to be the same between them. Different shock towers, obviously. Arms, hubs, things like that. But I think maybe the core of the vehicle is the same. Except for, obviously, the 223S having a differential right here. And then the other one just having basically a slipper clutch. What great upgrades you do to Mojave Ground BLX to make it bulletproof? Is life. The driver mod will make it bulletproof. If you can find it and install the driver mod, you shouldn't have any issues with that truck at all. X-Max. There's been a few people that have done that, given an X-Max to a kid. Some kids have the ability to handle that. Some, they don't understand that there are brakes, and you use the brakes before you break things that are living. More than I should. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of rustlers. Have I gotten the Vidavon skid for the Vigilante? No, I didn't know he had a skid for that thing. I didn't know that. Arthur comes out with stuff, and I'm like, I hear about it here with you guys, or people post it. Have you seen this? Or send me pictures. I'm like, wow, didn't know he had that. He doesn't keep me in the loop on all of his releases. He really doesn't. So yeah. Yeah, my Rustler, I got that as soon as I could when it came out, the 4-wheel drive one. And I thought it was pretty cool, but it just didn't make me want to keep it, if that makes any sense. I kind of just wanted to let it go. And I did. I put a TP Power 2200 kV in it, and it was just ridiculous. But I eventually traded it off. I'm gonna keep buying my wife sweet trucks so she likes more. Pat House, the only truck my wife has ever liked to drive more than one time, or at least drive it more than 3 minutes, has been a Traxxas UDR. Nothing else she has driven has she liked. I've let her drive the X-Max. I've let her drive crawlers. She could come in here right now and drive anything she wanted. Granted, I'd probably have to talk her out of like the Raminator or the Ram Bouncer or something that would be really, really dangerous, because honestly, she just doesn't have the skills to drive these things. It would be like giving your 5-year-old a 12S DBX LE. Not the best choice, in my opinion. Not saying no, but I don't want to be anywhere in that park with that going on. I mean, my 12S DBX LE, every time I drive that thing, it tries to take me out. Every time. Tommy's Advent. Yeah, it is a trophy truck. That it is. I think even the 8S DBX LE is pushing it, but she has never shown interest in driving anything other than the UDR. That's it. I've actually taken her on the trail, and she was driving a crawler and coming back. I mean, it was like, can you carry it? No, I don't want it. I mean, she just did not like, she did not like it at all. I ended up driving both of them, one in each hand. But I'm sure I see what Gorgon is. The body. The bodies do break up quite a bit. This is why I still sell a couple sets of those body mount conversions almost every week. I'll get order in, and 2 or 3 orders a week of the little body mounts for them. I do. I bet I have sold so many stage killer bodies by J Concepts. I mean, everything from that to all my builds and everything. And man, I've sold a lot of those. Ah, Clayton. The way you drive, I'd probably let you drive the Vortex 4-wheel drive. I think that might be the one that you need to drive right there. That will be a good test for you, because the Vortex 4-wheel drive, in my opinion, outhandles the Punisher 4. The Punisher 4 suspension is, I don't want to call it stiff, but the dampening is a lot on that truck. It's like it's meant to be jumped high and landed, sort of. But the Vortex seems to have a higher performance level than what the Punisher 4 does. And I think most of that is just in the shock dampening. Because the Punisher 4 is actually a little bit larger, but the Vortex seems to outperform the Punisher when it comes to that. Maybe I need to, when I get the track, we might be racing dirt this weekend. So if that's the case, and I'm going to go out there, do the track, maybe I'll do a track test. I haven't done a track race test on anything in a while, have I? Maybe I will manicure the track and get out there and put the Vortex 4S against the Punisher 4S and see which one can get the faster laps. I haven't done that in a long time, actually. And for the heck of it, I'll put the Typhon 223S on there too. I need a new buggy. I need a new race buggy. I still got my big Typhon up there. I need a new race buggy. I think I need to just go ahead and pull the plug and buy that Losi. Do they still make the Losi XTE buggy or XE buggy with the censored system in it? I need to look that up. Pet House Techno, man, that was my thing. I still have a Techno Truggy. I gave up the buggy though, because I was just about ready to order the Losi and I didn't. Hey, do you know if they make a CNHL IC2 battery? I don't know. I haven't messed with CNHL in a while. What slicer do I use? It depends. If I'm slicing for the Crealities, I use either Creality, which is basically Cura. Obviously, when I'm slicing for the bamboos, I use their slicer. And the bamboo slicer, in my opinion, is way more advanced. More options like I recently done. I had some pistons and some other pieces on there for the raminator, and I run the pistons with a 90% infill, and then I moved to the other pieces, which it might have been the battery bumpers for the raminator with the Vidavon conversion, and I run them at 60% infill because they just don't need 90% infill. They just don't. So I was able to run 2 different infill rates on those. F3 RC, my top 5 bashers currently in production. I've got to look at the new models. Pretty much Arma. They're just knocking it out of the park. Really good stuff. But the Notorious 6S, phenomenal. Vortex 223S, Granite 223S, Outcast 4S, and I guess the 5th one, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the Gorgon. So, and the most expensive one in that list was actually the Notorious 6S. And that is a beast of a truck, man. Let me tell you. I need a Agama N1. That's the Team Coralie Agama. I have the Asuga. I have the Asuga. Then firmware changes, it'll make remotely. They will be able to remotely block prints. I think the blocking prints will be deal with what they call ghost firearms. I think is what they're getting at on that. The stuff I print, it won't affect me. I don't print anything controversial. Yep, that's it. The 8XTE buggy 639. I just need to I need to check my points. Man, the last time I used my points, I had over 250,000 points at Horizon. I got the S2100 charger, and I think it was 2 of the new batteries, the 3S smart batteries. I got like all of that. It cost me like 50 cents or something like that. But I had like 250,000 points from Horizon. I have no idea how many points I got right now. Buggy is a straight beast. Buggy, not Coralie, so there's something else out there. I'm not even, well, I guess I don't even know what a Agama N1 is. You can convert switches there, so you can't convert a Glockenspiel. Yeah, I think I heard something about they were looking at trying to get rid of those, or the ability to print ghost weapons, basically. I've got the Truggy Clayton, I've got the Truggy sitting up there, and I love that thing. That truck, aside from the servo, is box stock. And when you hook the IXSR on this thing, and you run the smart batteries, after a run, I kid you not, you can see everything, every battery cell, everything, all the temperatures, how much mAh is left, everything. I mean, it is really amazing with the IXSR. That's why I use that radio for racing. I mean, you don't want that radio for crawling. It's just too much of a beast radio for that. But for racing, the features, like when I'm racing NASCAR, that radio is phenomenal. Love that radio. Plus, you put the 6200 receiver in there, which is, the Spectrum receivers are such a pain in the butt to set up. You get these things set up. Okay, I'm about to lose battery on my laptop because I do not have that. How much battery power I got left here? I'm at 28% battery on my laptop. I don't have a charger or anything hooked up to it. But when I'm racing, anyway, you put it in, you turn the gyro on, and the gyro is backwards. The only way I have found to work that is to go back through the process, and when you go through the bind process, you have to calibrate the receiver before you ever get to the ESC. I think it's right, left, full throttle, neutral. You got to calibrate the receiver to the radio. Once you get that calibrated, then you can go through and start doing that, start calibrating your ESC and stuff like that. But if your gyro is backwards, you do all of that again, and in my experience, it reverses the gyro. In my experience with that, okay? So, buy from A main. It depends on if Horizon legit has it in stock. I know they had a bunch of issues when they merged with Tower, but hopefully they've got that taken care of now. If my laptop cuts out on me, I will jump up, tell everybody, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Reefs, what's up, buddy? Oh, wait. Yeah, Reef, I can't see my messages. So they're coming through, but I can't see anything right now. I use that phone for this. But just so you know, we did have a servo discussion earlier. Yes, we did. I think we talk about servos every single live in some form or another. You know, this has been more like bashers and stuff like that. Yeah, that Hobbywing ESCs, all kinds of stuff, man, really. Yes, sir. All right. I guess when I do this again, because I've got, like I say, I've got the Minnesota trip coming up soon. I've got Art Park. Then I've got, I think after Art Park, I think it's Beat the Creek. I can't wait to get to Beat the Creek. Reef, are you going to be at Beat the Creek? Hopefully you'll be at Beat the Creek, dude. Because if you are, I need you to bring something special. Because I'm going to bring something special, and we got to go run a little competition. I'll drive your truck, you drive mine. Simple as that. I think it'll be cool. But hopefully I haven't lost all my signal. Oh, you guys are probably commenting, and I'm not getting anything updated here. Let me see. There we go. All right, so I'm not sure if I'm even live anymore. Let me see. His signal looks good. I'm not getting any comments or anything. Let me see. see here. Let me see if I've got anything going on at all. See if it's lost the whole signal and everything. All right, there we go there. My channel. Let's see here. Oh, I'm still on. Everything's going good. I had to refresh it. There we go. Man, the other screen locked up on me. All right, here we are. Deal, deal, deal. Awesome. Good deal. Now I can get everybody's comment. Man, our ergonomics is a lay down parallel shocks. This ergonomics on its own company. My battery's running low. Yes, I know my battery's running low on the computer. We're going to have to cut this thing short, I think. Updates. Well, cloud software won't be able to print stuff while remaining offline. And do with them. Okay, I got you, Tim. We'll see, Paul. On it. You said you changed out the servo in the low-C truggy. No, the stock servo was fine, but I had a raw 500 I put in the truggy. Well, guys, at this point, my computer is now shut down. This thing actually used to be pretty darn good. It would last a full 2 hours and have room to spare. But regardless of all that, I'm going to check messages, see what's going on, and want you guys to have a great day. Tomorrow, I can't see anybody's comments, so it doesn't matter what's going on. I'll check messages and all that stuff here in just a few seconds. But tomorrow starts the Illuminati of Scale videos. So those I've got to get done, and they will be uploading to channel members tonight. All right, guys, so you all have a great day. I'm going to have to start bringing my charger out for this computer so I can stay on for 2 hours. And you guys have a good one. So I'm going to cruise around and call it a night. Probably build some trucks or something. Who knows? Guys, have a good one.